was relatively easy. Now when Dad waits for us, like I said, he's gonna take the blade there and make our roads a little bit nicer to getting in here. Well, Brandon and I are doing a little quick swap-a-roo here. He's gonna go fill that truck. I'm gonna jump back into my red truck here because, I don't know, I just drive the red truck and it feels weird being in the blue truck, even though they're the exact same truck. I don't know, I just work here. But I took that one in this morning because no one else wanted to take it because it was the beginning of the bag and it wasn't the prettiest load. I'm like, screw it, I'll take it. But we got it unloaded, they accepted it. I did not get declined, so we're off to a good day. I didn't make it very far and I'm stuck again. Joey must think the pickup's gonna pull it out. I don't foresee this happening, but we might just give it a whirl. Yeah, the pickup was a no-go. We're switching to large tractor. I have no idea what he just said, but he just drove right by me. Oh, he said he forgot the clevis. That's right. Way to go, Joey. Way to go. He said something with his lips. You know, you gotta learn how to read lips, and I just didn't know what it was, and then I just thought about the movement of them, and yeah, he said clevis. Forgot the clevis. Well, we finished the bag up here, and we ran into a bit of a situation with the unloader. For some reason, we couldn't get this side pulled out. This drum here goes in the center of the bag, and now we finally got it pulled apart, as you can see. Same with that side. But now, the bag is like kind of stuck in the hole, so now it won't fall down. So, if you guys couldn't tell, this is not cool potatoes. Joey, I'm not getting another load. I think you're gonna have to go grab the chain. Well, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, we could not get the ball of the old bag to drop out of there. We finally got it. I ended up cutting a bunch of it and then jumping on it, as you saw. It's unloaded. We just now have a mess of a giant bunch of plastic pieces we have to take care of. And not easy to work with, like that giant ball if it was rolled up in there and just fell down. What better thing can you do when you're sitting in line and there's nothing to do? Give my windows a quick wash. Now I can see good out of here. They're open. They're saying come in. We're ready. 5 minutes early. Got our ticket, now we head back. 58-pound corn, dang. Well, I caught up to the truck in front of me here. That's not a good sign. It should be filled and out of here. I see a shovel out. Also not a good sign. Joey, what'd you break?
Yeah, you broke it.
I broke it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you crawl up there this time. Reach over the top and grab the rope.
Is it because I'm your favorite son?
Get in there.
Okay, good. I wish I could say I can see my house from here, but I definitely cannot. Okay, it might not be a bad idea to loosen it so they're even. I think we got it. I don't know, I gotta get down now. Some kids in town recognize me from my videos and they wanted me to honk. This is the last load of the day here. I actually got lucky. We barely made it in time. 5 minutes to spare here, thank goodness. I have no idea how many loads I got today either. But Brandon's up there. He made a bit of an oopsie, overfilled himself, and now he has to split load because the scale doesn't go that high. We're trying to use our gauges on the trucks to get us to that 98,000 where we're legal, but it doesn't exactly work the greatest because the ground is so soft the scales are not all that accurate. Need some good old government juice. Okay, I also need to try and clean the radiator out on this thing some because it never got hot on me, but it was starting to just get a little bit warmer, and today was a warmer day, which makes sense, but it probably needs a cleaning. It's been running a while, and hauling grain is definitely not the most clean conditions. Also, I think if I remove that, nibbles might fall out of there, which is kind of scary. So I was at the elevator and I had a mouse fall on my roof of my cab, crawl down my windshield, and crawl into my cabin air filter cleaner box there. I stabbed him with a screwdriver, but then he fell down in there more, and I got a feeling I'm gonna be smelling mice here pretty soon if I don't try to find him. So I know Nibbles ran down that big hole there, and I opened it up and blew it all out. I didn't see him. Now I'm looking for the cabin air filter in here. I removed this. It looks like Nibbles at one point was starting to make a home in here too. Oh, you just can't keep mice out of stuff. Good grief. A fuse box is not where you want Nibbles living because, you know, as some of you may know, he'll go and get a little hungry and start chewing wires and get a little zap. Except for he won't actually get zapped, he'll just chew my wires and then I have mass destruction and don't know why. How do you change the cabin air filter in this? I wonder if it's behind here. I don't know. I gotta take screws out. It might be a different day's meat problem. I kind of want to be done for the day. Yep, different day's meat problem. We'll blow it out a little bit better from the outside and call it good and get the radiator. Running into another one of them North Dakota traffic jams. In North Dakota, the only traffic jams that really happen is farm equipment's in your way and it's like, get out of my way. This isn't farm equipment, no, this is construction equipment. Yeah, they still need to get out of my way. I'm trying to get to my bags over yonder. Let's go, beep beep. Should I start pulling on it? You guys, what am I witnessing? What has Zach done? What have you done?
What's up? You like my rig?
I love your rig. I love a tour. It looks like a rig, Zach. Guys, Zach is back again. And like I said, he's moving to California. This is what he's gonna be living in. He thinks he's gonna make a camper out of a van. You gonna give me a tour here?
I actually don't know how to open that. I'm not gonna lie.
You didn't ask the guy to show you how?
No.
I'll figure it out.
Well, the blower motor doesn't work when you're driving.
That looks like a van. Can't quite stand.
No, I gotta take out this.
Okay,
and then it will.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah.
This thing's literally like a miniature bus.
I know.
This might be better than the Blazer, Zach. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna
I know,
lie.
it's way cooler than the Blazer. I think I have to, oh, there's instructions.
There's instructions. You read those, that might help. You're gonna drive this thing all the way to... You are crazy, you know that?
Yeah.
Well, this opens. Oh, and then there's buttons here on. Deploy, a remote, deploy. It's not deploying, Zach, we have an issue. Up, down, up, deploy, stow, on, it's not working.
I don't know.
Take it back, buy a new one. Zach is frustrated in how he can't figure out how to run his door.
And maybe my
That he didn't ask the guy how it works when he bought it. What a genius.
Yeah. How many miles does this hot rod have?
Barely broken in.
Wow.
182,000. You maybe want to get the AC fixed, Zach. Apparently the person Zach bought this van from looked him up on YouTube because he's going to record this whole journey that he has here. And yeah, he's going to record his van life as a lot of people do and see how that goes. And he looked him up on YouTube and I came up on a trip where him and I went to Arizona. So that's cool. The person now thinks Zach is me. We went to Arizona together. Oh! It's happening! We got done hauling corn. It is Friday, so we are done for the weekend. Thank the Lord, I need a break. Also, we have severe threats of tornadoes for tonight, so that could be interesting. Maybe we do a little bit of storm chasing. Oh, guys, he figured out his wheelchair lift. Apparently, you have to have the seat belt in that runs across over there. Way to go, Zach.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay, Cameron, hop off. I'm gonna stow this thing.
Give farmers enough time and enough stupidity, we can figure anything out. All aboard the Polar Express.
Thank you.
We're going on a little test drive of Zach's new rig here. Now you guys look good back there. Well, I want to go and drive, Zach. Oh my goodness, this thing's a unit, Zach. I think I should trade the Suburban for one of these. I don't know that this would make it through very much snow though. Easy. The 0 to 60s. We should not let me drive. I don't have the greatest track record with things with engines and wheels. We had some really damaging storms here in North Dakota the past couple days. Our farm's okay. We never had too bad of winds. It did get pretty windy, but nothing broke. And we were hauling grain to the elevator, as you guys saw. That's why I wasn't really able to upload videos recently. I don't think we're gonna be hauling grain to the elevator anytime soon. This is what the elevator looks like. Not every day you see a grain bin that looks like that. Well, I did end up getting my full 5 loads. I don't know how to drive a truck apparently. And we're filled up for the next morning. I'm just kind of getting it backed into the yard here. And we're done with this. But now I'm gonna go work on another little project tonight. See if I can get this done. And then maybe by the end of this project, I'll actually have a video for you guys. I just haven't been recording because what do I record when I just sit in a semi for 12 hours a day? I don't know. I'm a farmer, not a truck driver. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, hauling a lot of corn. The little garden tractor here, or whatever we want to use it for, tractor, the 6420, has an oil leak, and Mom would really appreciate it if she could use this thing for her garden. So I'm gonna see if I can get this thing figured out where it's leaking in. How a guy gets to it, I don't know. It doesn't look like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Opening the hood is gonna do me like no good, but we'll start there. How does this thing come off of here? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know, man. Let's work here. Okay, I know it's leaking under there. I'm gonna need a light, and we're probably gonna have to turn it back on again. Okay, we have acquired a light. The more I look at this, the less fun it looks like it's gonna be. Okay, I'm like 14.8% sure that I followed it to this hose right here that Joey's taking off. I'm not 100% sure that was the actual one leaking though. I'm just like 72%. So we found it in the back here, but now, as you see, we took off the tire to get in there and look. Now we gotta figure out where it goes to in the front, and I don't know where that is, so. Oh, I got a little dirty. Boy, we are in deep now. Not only do we have both the tires off of it, we also have the cab tilted, which I looked on Google, became a mechanic off Google, that you can tilt the cab so you can actually get under and work, and it's actually not hard to do. It's really easy. Took a few bolts out, and then there's hinges. You just put bolts in the hinges down here, as you can see, and then the other side, and you just lift this side up so you can actually get under there. I mean, it's a little intimidating because you're like, oh, I gotta tilt the entire cab, but it wasn't bad at all. So not only do we have the cab off it, we finally figure out where it runs. Good grief, is it a mission impossible to change hose? Because it runs around, comes to the other side of the cab, comes up these steel pipes back up in there, and goes into the cab to these here. As you can see me pointing at, we'd have to unscrew one of them and then take it all down and try to finagle it through everything. It would not be very fun because it is supposed to be like cab tight so mice don't get in there. But I think what we're gonna do, I believe the technician in town has a hose splicing tool that he can just literally splice it where it's at. So we're gonna see if he can come out. Now that we got it all tore apart, he'll just have to come out, use this tool, be done, and then we'll put it back together. Hopefully. I don't know for sure. I just work here. So Cameron's putting a little tape on it to mark it. So when we're trucking tomorrow, he can just come here and tell him, hey, right at this area there's a hole, splice it for us, okay? Okay, it is now getting late. As you can see, it's getting dark, so I don't have the tool to splice that hose. Have it marked with pink zip ties and tape exactly where it's leaking, so hopefully he can come and splice it. I don't know, that's maybe a long shot. I might have to end up digging it out of there anyway, but would you look at that tractor? It looks gutted for one little tiny hydraulic hose. Closing out this video, I want to do a quick thank you to all my channel members out there, and I'm writing my silver channel members on the window in my truck. I got Troy, I don't know how to say your last name, Lee, and now I'm writing the last guy, Thane, I think is how you say your name. If you guys didn't know, I do have channel members. Some people, depending on tier, get their name written on the window. It's a little dark, so they're hard to see. But you guys, I'm not asking you guys to do it, but if you want to support the channel a little bit further, I do appreciate the support. But I will ask you guys to like and subscribe and leave a comment for today's end of video comment to show that you're still watching. Right, storm, because we had a bad storm that destroyed a lot of stuff in North Dakota.